Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. My name is Pankaj Mishra, and the news that we are following right now is coming all the way from Chhattisgarh, from the central part of the country. 10 policemen and 1 driver, a civilian, has been killed in a blast carried out by Maoists in Chhattisgarh's Dantewada. Now, as all of us know, Dantewada is a hotbed of Maoist activities. The attack was carried out by the Naxalites on a vehicle carrying District Reserve Guard personnel near Aranpur in Dantewada district. 10 DRG, District Reserve Guard personnel, and 1 driver have been killed in this attack. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel over this Maoist attack. Let's listen in to what the Chief Minister had to say a short while ago.
इस प्रकार की जानकारी है और ये बेहद दुखद है और मैं जो हमारे जो जवान शहीद हुए हैं उसके परिवार के प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं। लेकिन जो ये लड़ाई है वो अंतिम दौर पे चल रहा है और नक्सलियों को किसी सूरत में छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा और निश्चित रूप से उस योजनाबद्ध ढंग से बना के ये नक्सलवाद को ही समाप्त करेंगे।
And joining me in the studio is Aditya Rajkol, Strategic Affairs Editor for News9. Aditya, when the Chief Minister says that hum Naxaliyon ko nahi chhodenge, and he also says that this has been going on for a long time, a lot of aspects related to a Naxal attack in Dantewada. There are certain pockets, as we know, in Jharkhand, in Chhattisgarh, in Andhra Pradesh. What is the moot reason as of now? Have we not found any success in countering these attacks so far?
You know, first, let me be very candid that even though this is a very tragic, attack, even though 11 innocent lives have been lost, DRG Jawans have been killed in action, I would still say that the Maoism, the Maoist menace of terrorism in central India is on its last leg. They are in ICU ventilator, and it's a matter of next 5 to 10 years that Maoism will be over. I would begin by, my sympathies to the Chhattisgarh government and Chhattisgarh DRG Jawans, 10 of whom who lost their lives. 1 driver civilian has been killed as well in this attack. But these attacks aren't new, as you mentioned. Terrorism, Maoist terrorism has been underway in the Maoist heartland of Bastar, Dantewada, Sukhma, and all these regions for last many years, many decades.
Right.
I have covered, closely these attacks as well, and I think
there is a sound bite coming.
गाड़ी को आईडी के माध्यम से महोदय द्वारा टारगेट की गई। उस घटना में हमारे एक वाहन आईडी के चपेट में आ गए थे। उसमें 10 डीआरजी जवान एवं 1 सिविलियन ड्राइवर, कुल 11 लोग का शहादत होगी। अतिरिक्त रीइंफोर्समेंट पार्टी सीआरपीएफ डीआरजी घटनास्थल पहुंच गई है। अभी घटनास्थल से सभी शहीदों के बॉडी को इवैक्यूएशन का कार्रवाई की जा रही है। स्पॉट में सीनियर ऑफिसर्स का भी अभी पहुंच गए हैं। लगातार सर्चिंग अभियान जारी है और घटनास्थल की जो निरीक्षण के पश्चात और संपूर्ण विवरण प्राप्त हो सकता है।
IG Bastar speaking on the attack that just took place. These are initial details that we are picking up here on News9. That a dastardly Maoist terror attack has killed 10 DRG soldiers and 1 civilian has been killed as well. As I was telling you, Pankaj, this isn't new. One of the most dastardly attacks in Dantewada took place, I remember, in 2010 when a bus of security forces was, blown up, and 76, mind you, 76 Jawans were killed in that terror attack. Thereafter, I remember I personally went to Bastar in Jiram Ghati, inside the forests of Bastar, when in 2013, when a Congress rally was underway, a cavalcade was attacked and more than 30 Congress workers and leaders were killed, including Mahinder Karma and several others. Thereafter, Maoist attacks haven't ended, even though there haven't been many attacks, but at least 1 a year has been a typical case. I remember in 2020 and 21 as well, there were at least 20 to 21 Jawans in separate terror attacks that were killed in and around this region, either in Bijapur or in Dantewada or Sukhma Bastar area. So this isn't something new, as the state government and the state chief minister has said that a robust mechanism is in place. Both the state forces and the central forces, which include the CRPF Cobras, have been in place in this region for years together and are capable to in fact target the Maoists. In this particular attack as well, there was intelligence received by the local unit of the DRG and the police that there is presence of Maoists in this area, and the moment a cavalcade was on its way for this anti-Naxal operation, there was IED that was planted, and this particular vehicle was blown to pieces, in which 10 DRG Jawans and 1 civilian driver have been unfortunately killed. They have sacrificed their life for the country. But reinforcements have been rushed. The operation is still underway. I'm being told that there was firing reported in that region immediately after the blast as well. We do not know whether Maoists have had casualties in this operation, but the operation is very much underway. There are multiple ambulances that have been dispatched already, but no visuals so far from the particular area, because we have to understand this is back or beyond area that we are talking about in the interiors of Dantewada. So till the time media crews reach there, and of course there are senior officials and reinforcements and medical dispatch units that also reach there. At this moment, the operation is very much fluid and the situation remains very grim.
Right, Aditya, also help our viewers understand that locations like Dantewada, very often we see that these pockets which are densely infested by the Naxal activities are the bordering areas between 2 or 3 states, and that is one reason which at times the jurisdiction issues, the police matters do not cross those borders, and hence a collective effort was, as you mentioned, the Cobra forces. So all these forces, when they come into picture, obviously the surge and the crackdown also becomes, the ambit becomes bigger. Do you believe that this is also one of the techniques that the government is using in order to zone them in, to get them in?
Well, there has been coordination in the last, I would say, decade or so. There has been massive coordination that has been seen between the central forces and the state forces, and also multiple state governments. Particularly it is Chhattisgarh, Telangana and Jharkhand that are infested with Maoism, maybe a little bit of pockets of MP, and of course Maharashtra, Gadchiroli and several regions connected with that. But as I said, Maoists have lost their steam. Several of their key CC committee members have been either killed or have died because of old age. So they do not have the same kind of mechanisms in place. They do not have as much ammunition or money and resources to keep a massive army of Maoists alive. So this is a movement that is on its last leg, as I said, perhaps for the next 5 to 10 years. But both the CRPF Cobras and the Greyhounds and the state forces in Chhattisgarh, in Jharkhand, in Telangana and in Maharashtra commandos have played a very significant role to curb this menace of Maoism. Unfortunately, if there are 50 attacks, 1 is successful. But there are 49 others that the state forces and the central forces are able to detect. There is strong intelligence network, and the commandos have been in control of the situation. There have been several areas in Maharashtra and in Chhattisgarh, including in Gadchiroli, Abu Jamad, etc., which were under the control of the Maoists completely, and they were known as liberated zones. These have been taken over now by the state government and the security forces, which speaks volumes about the decay and the end of the Maoist propaganda and terror that has been underway. This particular attack, unfortunately, raises a lot of eyebrows. Was there some kind of an intelligence mishap here, that the intelligence wasn't gathered, or was the information leaked in a very wrong way to in fact pull the security forces towards the terrorists so that an attack could be planned? Because usually we've seen these IEDs being planted in bridges or under construction places where the vehicle passes, and of course a blast is triggered, and unfortunately there are killings and casualties in that entire process. As of now, we know that 10 Jawans have been killed and 1 is injured, but as I said, the situation is fluid. There were initial reports of many other injuries as well, because reinforcements have been rushed in and firing is underway. We'll have to wait and watch how the things unfold.
Right, Aditya Rajkol there. Thank you so much, Aditya, for speaking to us. And the latest which is coming in from Chhattisgarh, Dantewada, there has been an attack and 10 policemen have been killed in that attack. We'll keep a close eye on all the developments coming in. Thanks for watching this space.